Tragedy rocks Penville as 5 men die in a car accident. Former government minister Ronald Armour passes away at 77. And Jade Romaine brings home the crown from the Miss Caribbean Culture Pageant in Nevis. I am Andrea Lee with the Channel 5 News. Back with the details after this. Thank you for staying with us. We begin on a sad note as a cloak of shock and grief enveloped the communities of Vieques and Penville when residents woke to the sounds of a vehicular accident and news of the death of loved ones over the weekend. Around 7 a.m. on the morning of Sunday, 6th August, a vehicle driven by Chris Masler of Penville was traveling from Tebow to Penville with 4 others on board, namely Tues8thAug2k17News, Clement LeBlanc Jr., Mandela Brandon Ofa, and Cecil Jude Jean. The official police report was that the vehicle crashed through a guardrail in Amba, Vieques and plunged over 400 feet into the sea below. Chairman of the Vieques Village Council, Yolande John Jules, was one of those on the scene helping retrieve the bodies and recounted the events of Sunday morning.
When we heard the noise yesterday, my granddaughter heard the noise from the porch and I heard my wife call me, Yolande, come fast, something happened. And when I came out, they said a car went down the precipice because the noise, I really heard it when I was in my room. And then when I came down, I came up to, I jumped in my vehicle and ran up to the precipice. When I came there, I met Michael Massicot and Kevin. And I met Jane and Martina and a few other people was around here. When I reached down there was about 2 bodies on the ground already, and the 3rd body, there was coming feet. So I went straight to the car because there was another body in the car, and assisted the rest of the fellows to take off the two other bodies that was in the car. But it was a very sad moment, and I do appreciate the action of the Vieques people, especially because we did not wait for Penville to come down. We started with immediate action.
A Channel 5 News team visited the community of Penville and spoke to some of the families who lost their loved ones in Sunday's accident. Glenda Jha is the mother of 25-year-old Jalui Tivari Sango, affectionately known as Blinks. He was a sports teacher in the constituency and president of the constituency's labor youth organization, LYO. Sango's death was particularly hard on Glenda, as this is the 2nd son she has lost in a short space of time. Glenda says she woke up to a call on Sunday morning that there was an accident in Vieques. Her nephew later confirmed that her son was involved in the accident.
So I was there, and then a vehicle was passing. My sister stopped and she told me, "You there still?" I said, "I just got the news. I don't even know what is happening, what is going on." So she told me, "Come, let's go." So we went, but I left here, going to the site, not expecting death. I was like, okay, it's an accident. Accidents do happen and people getting hurt and they go into the hospital and returning home. I really was not thinking of death because I'm still recovering from my 9-year-old who died 3 years ago. He just woke up with a little stomach pain, and then when I rushed him to the hospital, he was pronounced dead. So I'm still recovering from that. I still have not accepted. And then just to get that news that my elder son was in an accident again. So I really wasn't thinking of death. But when we reached on the site, and then I saw where it actually took place, that's when it struck me. I realized, no, anytime the vehicle passed there and it went down, there's no surviving in that. So that's when I fell and I started crying. He was a son every mother would wish to have. Yeah, he was just a nice guy. My children, I had 4 children. I'm left with 2 now, and I cannot complain with none of my children. He was an artist. That's how he got his nickname, Blinks. He sings, and then he's supposed to perform, of the Fete Penville. He's supposed to do a performance on the Friday night, and then I'm part of the FED committee. He's a scout. He's very much involved in the community, very much. And he's like a father to the other young boys. I know they're going to miss him a lot.
The news team also spoke with Jude Jean, father of 21-year-old Cecil Jude Jean, who was a passenger on that vehicle.
When I left at my home yesterday morning, I looked in the room, I didn't see none of them. So I left going and walked to my uncle. When I reached on the way, a guy tell me it was an accident happened where Chris make an accident number. So I left together with him. When we reached at Amber, we made some transport and then they tell us we can't stay there because we will not say anything. So from the time I reached at Vickers, I just walking down the way to the sea and then I cross on this other side to go where they are. So when I reach a little, maybe 5 steps before them, I look on the floor, I see my son. I said, there is my son. So I go to him, I wait, I stand up there, then I touch him, then I stayed there with him, and then until they were ready to carry him and put him on the board, I lift him up, I put him on the board, I take his strap from his waist, I strap him up, and then when they say they're ready, I said, even it's me alone, I can carry my son. I'm so happy when I reached, I met this man by the bay and 6 other men taking care of them. I met them on the shore. I could not say how they were inside the car because I met them on the shore. But I met 7 men there taking care of them, and they were well taken care. I thanked them before I left there, and I still called DBS and thanked them and said, that is a good thing they do.
Vernell George, girlfriend of Chris Marsler, who was 29 years old at the time and the driver of the vehicle, was distraught by the news, but was able to recount the morning of Sunday, 6th August.
I got a call from work, and the call wasn't about the accident. All they asked was if I was home and if my boyfriend was home. I was like, no, I'm not home, I'm at work. But here's his number, you can contact him at his number, 276-4535. But then I find it strange, the person didn't say anything more. So at the back of my mind, I was like, something is wrong. So I tried calling him. At first I was going to message him, but I said, that is going to take too long. So I called him. No answer. Called again. No answer. My sister called me and asked me if I'm okay. I told her, I asked her, what is wrong? Something is wrong, and she's not telling me. Tell me what's up, because everybody's calling me and not telling me anything. Or everybody is asking, are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. And then that's it. So the last call I got was from a friend who told me if I'm okay. I said, yes, don't tell me if I'm okay now. Tell me what's up. Be real with me. And then he told me he heard of an accident and all 5 people died. I was like, who? Told me Chris.
What kind of person was he? How would you describe him?
Caring, loving,
To everybody.
responsible person. He was my everything, the closest person to me, the person that I could share everything, anything with. And he was the best.
Catherine Dubois is the mother of 22-year-old Clement LeBlanc Jr., another of the passengers on the fatal car accident.
When I wake up in the morning, I just realize he's not on his bed, and then I just feel a kind of phony seeing that he's not on his bed in the morning. So then I was just about to go and wash, so a friend of mine just come and tell me, well, an accident happened, and the person that the accident happened, and the car went down under the cliff. So I asked her, well, I stay shocked, and then I asked her, who are the person that was on the car? She told me she don't really know. So then I wondered, you think my son not in that accident? So then she told me, well, she don't know. So I said to myself, let me take my phone and call him. I call him about 5 times, and I do get him on the phone, and then I just decide I go and take a look to see what is wrong. And then as I arrive there, then some people just start to tap me and tell me, take it easy, be strong, your son is gone. That was just it for me.
The family of 21-year-old Mandela Brandon Ofa declined to make any comment on camera. Meantime, Chairman of the Penville Village Council, Frances Alexis, said the community is greatly saddened by the news of Sunday morning.
It is a sad thing for the entire community of Penville, for the parents, for the entire community. I extend my condolences to the entire family of the deceased. Such young men, they were all in their 20s. Chris Maslin and Clement, they were working with the health prisoners. We had Trevor, he was with the youth, he was a sport teacher. Okay, and the three others, one was working at Church, John was working at Church, and 2 others under the MP. So he was a promising young man. Chris was very intelligent. He was a wise young man, always ready to be on the move whenever he's called on. Also Cecil. Sango, oh boy, he was a joy into the community. And it is sad to see that they're gone today. Very, very, very sad. So the committee and council will be meeting tomorrow, God's willing. We will be having some plans to encourage the parents and those who lost their loved ones. So council will be handling some things tomorrow.
The annual Penville Village Feast, which was scheduled for later this month, has been cancelled as a result of Sunday's accident. The management and staff of Marpin Tues8thAug2k17News Limited extend deepest condolences to the family and friends of the late Jalwi Tevari Sango, Chris Masle, Clement Leblanc Jr., Mandela Brandon Ofa, and Cecil Jude Jar. Still with Sunday's fatal accident, President of Dominica, His Excellency Charles Savre, has described the incident as a very sad and painful occasion for the nation. A statement from his office on Tuesday quoted him as saying that he and Mrs. Savre joined the government and the people of Dominica in conveying their deepest condolences with the families, friends, and residents of the Viecas constituency. He went on to say a tragedy of this nature calls for a national outpouring of love and solidarity with the victims' families and constituency, noting that he prays that the good Lord will be their refuge and strength while they grieve. Condolences keep pouring in from around Dominica and the wider region following Sunday's fatal car accident. Member of Parliament for the Viecas constituency and the Prime Minister, Roosevelt Skerrit, released a statement on Sunday which reads, open quote, "It is with profound sadness that I inform all of a tragic accident which took the lives of 5 very promising young men from my constituency. Just last evening, I spent a considerable amount of time with the young people from my constituency. In fact, he gave the welcome address at the forum. My thoughts and prayers go out to the families of the deceased. We all share in the pain and the suffering. For me personally, it can't get closer. God shall give us the strength and courage to deal with this tragedy." End quote. Leader of the opposition United Workers' Party, Lennox Linton, on his Facebook page, also expressed his sympathy to the families. His statement reads, open quote, "Our best wishes, thoughts, and prayers for God's guidance, support, and protection to the relatives and friends of the 5 young brothers who lost their lives in that tragic vehicular accident in Amba, Viecas this morning. May their souls rest in peace." End quote. Member of Parliament for the Roseau Valley constituency, Dr. Colin McIntyre, also shared his sentiments on the fatal accident.
They suffered the loss of 5 young individuals. Very, very sad, very, very traumatic for the village, Viecas, Penville area that day. 5 is a lot for Dominica one time. 5 is a lot for Viecas one time. That's too many for us. So I urge the rest of us here Let's be responsible. We have our families to take care of. We have our children to feed. Our people depending on us. Let's not go and die just so, man. It doesn't make sense.
The Bishop of Roseau, His Lordship Gabriel Malzer, added his voice to the growing number of mourners.
Tragedies of that nature are causes of national sadness. We are all affected by such moments of deep sorrow. On behalf of the clergy, the religious and faithful of the Diocese of Roseau, I offer my deepest condolences to the bereaved families of these 5 young men and the entire sorrowing community of Vikas. May the souls of our brothers rest in peace. As a community of believers, let us stay united in prayer for each other, especially for the families most in need of consolation.
And the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Alan Chastanet, extended his condolences to the government and the people of Dominica following Monday's pre-cabinet briefing in St. Lucia. Part of his message reads, open quote, "On behalf of the people of St. Lucia, I express our immense sadness and extend our condolences to the families of the young men and to Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, who is also the MP for the area, and the people of Dominica." End quote. In other somber news, another parliamentarian who served in E.O. Libla's administration has passed away. Idona Jean-Baptiste has more.
Ronald Armour's death on Monday morning follows that of N.A.N. Ducre, also a minister in Libla's Labour Party government, who passed in July. Armour died at 77 after being admitted to the Princess Margaret Hospital in the wee hours of August Monday. His political career began in the 1960s after he returned home from England, where he studied law and was called to the bar. He contested the Roseau South seat on a Labour Party ticket in 1966 and 1970 and won on both occasions. He served as Minister of Communications and Works in the first instance and Minister of Finance in another instance. The country's Premier at the time, E.O. Libla, had also appointed him Deputy Premier. Armour served as a chief magistrate in the 1980s after retiring from active politics. He has since been running a private law firm in Portsmouth. Armour suffered from dementia. His father is the late Dr. Reginald F. Armour. Idona Jean-Baptiste, Channel 5 News.
When we return, we will hear from Miss Caribbean Culture 2017. That and more after the break.
Watch out, summer. Mapping is doing it big from 17th July to 31st August with free installation and cash prizes. Here's the drill. New customers sign up for any of our services and pay no installation, plus a chance to win cash prizes every week. Existing subscribers pay off your outstanding balance and you too will qualify to win. Sign up, pay up, and win, 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 because life is better with Mapping.
Welcome back. The ruling Communist Party of China is hosting a United Workers' Party delegation over the next 2 weeks. We again join Idona Jean-Baptiste for that story.
Opposition leader Lennox Linton, along with 4 UWP parliamentarians, Hector John, Ezekiel Basil, Danny Lugay, Joshua Francis, and Felix Thomas, are visiting China. An official press release from the party stated that Crispin Gregoire is also traveling with the group. Gregoire is a former United Nations ambassador to Dominica. He was close to the Dominica Labour Party administration under the late Pierre Charles. The men are in China on the invitation of the ruling Communist Party of China, according to the party's press release. The statement noted that the UWP team will meet with officials of the government of China on China-Caribbean relations, economic growth policies, renewable energy, ICT, agro-processing and light manufacturing opportunities, and prevention of corruption in public office, among other areas of mutual development interest. Linton is quoted as saying that the parliamentary opposition welcomes this opportunity to explore firsthand maximizing intelligent use of Dominica's relationship with China for mutual benefit and the advancement of global civilization. The mission started this Monday and will wrap up on August 18.
In other political developments, an economist, medical doctor, businesswoman, and a trade unionist are on the new team to lead the revived Dominica Freedom Party. Idona Jean-Baptiste has that story.
Kent Vital, a former economist with the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank and the Caribbean Development Bank, was voted as the DFP's political leader at the party's delegates convention on Sunday. Dr. Samuel Christian now holds the deputy leader position. He and Vital had registered their interest to vie for the office of political leader of the party leading up to the convention. Johnson Boston, who served in the DFP government from 1990 to 1995 under Dame Eugenia Charles, is the new chairman. Norma Cyril, director of the Social Center, is the party's deputy chairperson. The general secretary is Portsmouth businessman Ashton Riviere. The woman, who is referred to as Mama Freedom, Annette Saint-Hilaire, also an entrepreneur, takes over as the treasurer. Casey Defoe is assistant general secretary, while Curtis Augustus of the Waterfront and Allied Workers Union is the party's assistant treasurer. Businessman Michael Astafan did not seek re-election as political leader, neither did he contest any executive positions. The party also has what has been described as a vibrant young freedom movement. President of St. Vincent's National Democratic Party's Young Democrats, Nick Francis, was among official invited guests. Idona Jean-Baptiste, Channel 5 News.
In related news, the newly elected leader of the Freedom Party says he is already working to produce some tourism and business initiatives for the country.
I have launched efforts to engage in tourism and other business endeavors. Much of that is in order to demonstrate to my people, to us, that what we can do all by ourselves. That we can help pull ourselves up. That we can have dignity and style and attain high standards. I'm still in the setup stage, but I'm well on my way. But there is much power in demonstration. However, we need an enabling political environment that will contribute to all of us maximizing our true potential.
He says he wants to be part of a mission to make Dominica the envy of the rest of the world.
We aspire for more, for a better life. We wish to eradicate poverty from our midst. We want decent work. We want all to be able to live a beautiful life and to have the opportunity to do so. I take no pleasure in recognizing what is going wrong in our country. Actually, it hurts me badly. I love my people, and they are an extension of family to me, and I told you how family is important to me. And my people, Dominicans, are an extension of family to me. I have always wanted to play a part in helping my people earn their full potential, in crafting a special country that we can all share, and that will be the envy of the rest of the world.
On to the world of pageantry, where Jade Romaine has captured her first regional title during her reign as Miss Dominica 2017. The Miss Caribbean Culture pageant was held in Nevis in two parts on Saturday 5th and Monday 7th August. Jade attributes her win to hard work and consistency, which paid off.
In the competition last night, what I think set me apart was basically consistency, because although I did not win any individual prize, I maintained my consistency from the swimsuit competition, which was held on the 5th, and throughout the night. It was a very exciting win for me because I had been putting in hard work for so many months for both JCs and Caribbean Culture. I competed against basically the same young ladies that I competed against in JCs, and the top 5 of us in this competition, 3 were in the top 5 in JCs, including the first runner-up, and I still came out on top, so I'm very thankful to God for that.
First runner-up went to Tyler Theophane from St. Lucia, who got the awards for Best Two-Piece Swimsuit, Best Evening Wear, and Miss Photogenic. Shanice Powell of St. Martin copped the second runner-up position and took the awards for Best Performing Talent, Best Interview, and Best Promotional Video. Best one-piece swimsuit went to Katharina Davis of St. Kitts, while Trinidad got the Miss Amity Award. A total of 11 delegates took part in the Miss Caribbean Culture. Jade Romain's third and final pageant will be the Miss Caribbean Carnival Queen pageant in St. Kitts in December. And as the curtains have closed on Emancipation Celebrations 2017, Chief Cultural Officer Raymond Lawrence is reminding Dominicans to emulate a culture of peace. Speaking at the Golden Drum Awards ceremony over the weekend, Lawrence said being engaged in cultural activities is one way of ensuring and promoting peace in the country.
The theme that we chose for our Emancipation celebration this year is building a culture of peace. And a number of our artists and those involved in culture in Dominica, including those being honored here tonight, have been involved in promoting a culture of peace. They have been engaged in creative and positive pursuits. They have been involved in some form of community development, and they have helped to make Dominica a better place by their positive contributions to Dominica's development through the promotion of music, dance, Creole language, cultural education, cultural tourism, and the list goes on.
The recipients of this year's Golden Drum Awards were Teresa Mondesi for the promotion of traditional dance, Dennis Joseph for the promotion of music and the Creole language, Derek Ra Peters for the promotion of contemporary music, Maurice Geist for the promotion and preservation of traditional dance, the First Serenade Band for the promotion of contemporary music, and Carlton Merrifield, better known as Abio, for the promotion of traditional drumming. Meantime, the Special Recognition Awards went to the Convent High School for the promotion of artistic and cultural expressions, Cornelius Royer for the preservation and promotion of traditional dance, Lorraine Del Sol for the promotion of Creole wear and traditional culture, George Mighty Acre Gervier for the promotion of Creole music, and the Africulture Stilt Walkers for the promotion of traditional stilt walking. That's news. Stay tuned for your sports highlights. Starting things off with the cricketing fraternity in Dominica, which is mourning the loss of its own after Sunday's fatal car accident en route to Penville. The victims include former captain of the Penville Gladiators cricket team, Jean-Louis Sango, and a prominent supporter, Chris Masler. Phoenix Thomas of the Penville Gladiators Club paid tribute to the young men.
Sango, may his soul rest in peace, was one of those who was the leader of the cricket part of the club. He was a vibrant young guy, always looking for positive things to do. He led the team over 2 years, took us to the finals of the DCE Intermediate League, and he motivated guys. He was able to bring guys together along with the help of the senior guys. Chris as well. He couldn't play any cricket, but he ensured that he was there to support us at all times and would make like videos of the guys' performances and then send it back into our group chat later in the evening. So these two out of the five, these two guys were part of the club. The other three guys, the community is very close, so we all knitted together as one. So losing these guys is tough.
On to football action now, where the youngsters of the Exodus Football Club continued their winning ways in Group A of the Dominica Football Association's Under-17 Boys League. They defeated New Wave Point Michelle 1-0 at the Stock Farm Complex. Aaron Francis scored the winning goal for Exodus. This brings their total number of consecutive victories to 3 so far. Some teams that had weekend matches were a no-show. Public Relations Officer of the DFA, Gerald George, has more.
Collio Football Club failed to show up for their match against East Central at the Castle Bruce playing field, while the match between Harlem United and Club Blue Bear was called off.
In basketball, Calvadaru Hurricanes had the better of Ronald Charles All-Stars, defeating them 54-38 in the DABA Division I match on Sunday. Top scorers for Hurricanes were Alden Pear with 16 points, Jonathan Mills 12 points, and Shern Daly 10 points. For All-Stars, 6 points each came from KG Thomas, Elijah Popo, and Dwight Timothy. Sunday's second match saw Flow X-Men winning the Premier Division game when Elijah Lord Chamber Thunderers forfeited. In the Under-17 National League, PSC Falcons won as Algen Pizza forfeited the game on Saturday. Also on Saturday, Intellico Security Raiders went down to PSC Falcons by 31 points in the Premier League matchup. Falcons scored 69 points with Ramal Carbon contributing 25 and Peter Ricketts 12. Top scorers for Raiders were Kirby Nation 14 points and Linvor John 10 points. Moving over to athletics, Dominica has made a step forward on the international athletic stage through Cuban-Dominican athlete Yordanis Garcia. President of the Dominica Amateur Athletics Association, Godwin Dorset, has details.
Dominica has taken a positive move into the finals of the World Championship Triple Jump male competition as Yordanis Garcia qualifies for the final of the Triple Jump on Thursday. Yordanis will be the first to jump. He jumped a distance of 16 meters 71 to qualify for the finals. Tia Lafo, who competed on the second day, did not make it into the final. Dominica will be looking forward to some good performance on Thursday.
And on the regional cricket scene, Dominican regional cricketer Shane Chillingford is the leading wicket taker so far in the 2017 Caribbean Premier League. Chillingford, who plays for the St. Lucia Stars, is the peak of all bowlers in the tournament after taking 4 for 22 against Trinbago Knight Riders in Trinidad on Monday evening. Despite his positive performance, Trinbago Knight Riders defeated St. Lucia Stars by 4 wickets in the 6th match of the Caribbean Premier League. Batting first, St. Lucia Stars scored 118 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in 20 overs. Leading run scorers for Stars included Andre Fletcher with 40 runs and captain Darren Sammy with 25 runs not out. Bowling for Knight Riders, Kevin Cooper took 3 for 21. In their turn at the crease, Trinbago Knight Riders responded with 120 runs for the loss of 6 in 15.4 overs. Shadab Khan top scored with 30 runs not out, and Javon Searles contributed 27 runs. Bowling for Stars, Shane Chillingford took 4 for 22, while Kyle Mayers and Mitchell McClanahan took 1 wicket each. That's sports. Thank you for watching. Join us next time. Your weather forecast is next.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I'll be your presenter for this evening, Farah Rocker. Let's go straight into some earlier infrared satellite imagery and what we see some convection here over Dominica, and hence there was some showers for the late early morning and early afternoon period. What we also see is this area of convection here associated with a tropical wave, which is expected to affect us later tomorrow, sometime late afternoon into evening into Thursday. Some earlier visible satellite imagery shows showed some low-level, mid-level, and also some high-level clouds in the central portion of the Eastern Caribbean. And earlier radar imagery taken approximately 4 p.m. local time shows scattered shower activity across the islands of the Eastern Caribbean. The weather tonight is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with some showers at first, becoming fair to partly cloudy with some showers, and tomorrow it will start off fine. Fair to partly cloudy skies with a few brief showers. However, as the tropical wave approaches, it will become increasingly cloudy with some showers. Let's move on now to the marine forecast. Sea conditions will be slight to moderate, and waves are expected to peak up to 7 feet. Let's take a look now at the weather for the rest of the week. Well, tomorrow, Wednesday, as I said, the weather will start off fine. Fair to partly cloudy skies with a few brief showers. However, it will become increasingly cloudy with some scattered showers, and this weather will intensify by Thursday. Mostly cloudy skies with some showers and possible isolated thunderstorms. Of course, that is as a result of the tropical wave, which I mentioned earlier. Therefore, persons in areas prone to flooding, landslides, and fallen rocks should exercise caution. On Friday, it will be partly cloudy to cloudy with a few scattered showers. Let's move on now to the Caribbean forecast. Well, for the most part of the day tomorrow, the weather will be fair to partly cloudy with a few brief scattered showers. On the international scene, some thunderstorm activity expected down in the city of Caracas. Overcast skies expected for Miami and London. Partly cloudy skies down in Beijing, and beautiful sunny skies expected for the city of New York. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:49 a.m. and will set at 6:32 p.m. We are still in the hurricane season. Feel free to visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call the hotline at 447-5555. Join us tomorrow evening for your next radio broadcast. Thank you for viewing.
To end the news, the headlines again. Tragedy rocks Penville as 5 men die in a car accident. Former government minister Ronald Armour passes away at 77. And Jade Romaine brings home the crown from the Miss Caribbean Culture pageant in Nevis. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us next time.